Bedoni.yeah.
Yacht A, it's Karen Bedoni here with Bedoni.yeah, March 6, 2023. Welcome to our show, and husband is here.
Good morning, Yacht A. How you guys doing out there?
So we're excited to wrap up this edition of our podcast. It's a series with the veteran who had his restroom remodeled by us. So this is the veteran Tommy Moore, and we're in his home. So we want to kind of do a recap, I guess.
Yeah,
of
this is the first night that we showed up to his house.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Exactly, and so we wanted to ensure that we give the viewers out there a more consistent understanding of what we went through. But when we did visit him, we explained what we could do, because his leaky faucet was not just a leaky faucet. There was so much more that needed attention, and it was alarming for you to actually see.
Just to see it and witness it is like, it made me feel really bad just to see the old veteran go through that.
Right. And this is his wife, Laverne, and she was so sweet. And what we were talking about is that usually people they have apprehension for letting you come into their home and filming their personal lives, especially the bathroom is a very personal room. And so for you to see this and witness this, we wanted to give a special thanks to the family for allowing us to be a part of their home and their lives. And then to record it and share it with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the most important thing, was not to invade on their privacy also. So we asked their permission. They said yeah.
And right now, deep in the reservation, the winter is pretty harsh. The wind and the snow comes in. It just keeps hammering at us.
Yeah.
And so during this time, we're dealing with freezing temperatures, and we are determined to get this done, even though the winter is not very forgiving. So we see there's a lot of water right there by our feet.
Yeah, we're standing on ice right now, and it's that the blow off valve from the water heater. It's just making that back side of this house all watery.
And I think he did slip, huh?
He said he slipped back there, so he's like really chugging along slowly. And after the snow and everything, mud.
Yeah, it gets pretty sticky, and their mud is clay, dirt mixture, so it's really sticky. So it's interesting because we had to get through that and try not to completely demolish their floor, whatever they had. But this is the bathroom. It's very well lived in. They 1975 it was built, and this is the leaky faucet that he was sent in to show us. And when we were there, we noticed when we were walking around, the smell of wetness was there, so we knew that there was
moisture.
Tons and tons of water that was seeping, and the molding in the
and then the tub, when we really inspected it, there was like little holes underneath it, and it was rusting through.
Right, so there was...
Yeah, and the tub it was on its last leg.
It was really thin, huh, because of the rust had eaten it, and so we knew that they were losing water underneath the house, so that was very concerning for us. But the walls that we're looking at, those were panels that they used to use way back in 1970. So we were kind of like, okay, I hope those weren't asbestos though, right?
No.
We checked that, and then we also checked the paint. So he was okay. He wasn't living in any danger. And for us to go in as construction, we were able to have a sense of safety. But the floor was very soft and squishy. You could feel it, and the homeowner describes it as we were bouncing around in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so the sink was there, but the sink was replaced, I think, probably in the 2000s, but it wasn't attached to the wall because there was protruding pipes from the old piping that was preventing it from being flush against the wall. So you'll see us here talking to him, and he's very concerned, and he was feeling hopeless because he said his aging body wouldn't allow him to do much more. And you're explaining here that how the pipe in the walls...
Yeah, pipes are in the walls. The sewer lines are inside the wall. That's why the tub is high above the floor. So...
Right, and so the toilet is also a wall mount, and that's also obsolete. You can't find wall-mounted toilets any longer.
Yeah, especially the one that sits on the floor.
Right. And so you could tell that even when you're kneeling down, we were feeling it with our boots as we were pushing. And I'm a pretty heavy human being.
Yeah, me too.
So we could feel it. It was about a whole inch of movement when you start to push, and we knew it was soft. And we said, "Oh no, this whole thing is waterlogged."
I almost fell over myself trying to get myself over that.
Well, he said that he fell, and he rolled in, and he slipped, and he I think he hit his hip.
Yep.
And he was bruised up pretty good for a while. And so even taking a shower is a dangerous activity in a home.
For an old man like that.
Right. So this was something that we really took wholeheartedly, and we wanted to make sure that we got to the basis of the problem and dig it up. But we had minimal money to throw at this, but we knew when you open up a can of worms, you don't know if you open up a whole barrel of worms.
Right. It's like you just don't want to know what's behind the walls or underneath the floor when you're doing this kind of work.
But we couldn't not.
Yeah, we
pretend.
couldn't. It was more. We didn't. We knew it was going to be hard and crazy looking, but then we knew the objective was to get this shower to be safe for Mr. Moore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that was really concerning for us. So our heartstrings are being pulled pretty tough. Usually when we go in, we just do as the service call requires us, and then we leave. Just
close our eyes, do our thing, go out.
Yeah, because you can't save the world if you're not a billionaire.
No, we're not billionaires.
So it's really difficult. But this restroom was really challenging. But it was important for us to do something about it. And I keep saying it's probably a God thing, because
it's a God
he
thing.
was praying for some kind of a miracle to help him, because he was feeling hopeless, and he would lay awake at night, he was saying. And he wanted to, there was no way he could even possibly remodel a restroom when he just wanted to fix the things that were wrong. But he was telling us a month before that the whole septic system
was gone.
It overflowed, and so they were shoveling and moving, and they were trying to make way for the septic pumping truck to come in, but their whole sewer system was backed up, and it was a mess. And he basically felt like, this is so hard in the winter, my body is betraying me, and he didn't know what to do. And his son was trying to do what he could, and it was just hopeless. And he uses those words. So if you go back to the previous video, in his interview, he talks about what he was feeling. And when you listen to him and you see the sincerity and feel the sincerity, you can't just walk away from a project like this.
Oh no, you can't.
Yeah, so as we're moving through this whole video, we're going to show you, this is the before picture. This is what we walked into after they moved all their personal belongings.
Their ceilings were leaking too, though.
Well, the roof had caved in, I guess the outside, the exterior, and so they spent all last summer and all their money repairing it. The trusses are okay, the wife said, Laverne, but the damage of the drywall was apparent in all the rooms.
Yeah, you can see that wall's crooked.
Oh yeah, the wall where the sink is sitting, it's bowed out, and we were like, wow, we got to do a lot of fixing up on this whole thing. And this is what we found behind the wet wall above the toilet. It was infested with ants, and when they came in through the wall, they didn't seal up all the holes, and so we had vermin that were entering the home through these openings.
Holes,
So we had mice in there. We had a lot of mice droppings, and we had to do a lot of sanitizing for hantavirus and take all the right precautions. And if you've seen the last video, they even had found a dead rabbit.
Yeah.
A big jackrabbit.
Yeah, big jackrabbit.
And then we started to move right along. So this is kind of a recap of what we went through. We drywalled everything. We changed out. It was just small paneling they had with little or no insulation. But we redid it with the waterproof drywall.
Call it a blue board or something like that.
Yeah, and so right here we slowed it up so you can see them, and they're trying to lay this down perfectly. And it's funny because we don't drywall a lot because we don't really do full-blown remodels because nobody has the money. But so we're teaching our girls here on how to tape, and they got the hang of it, and they did pretty well.
They learn fast.
Yeah, so this is me and Tommy. We spend a lot of time together.
While I'm working.
While he's working and the girls are working, we're out of the way. And he wanted to convey, stories and how we came to be as a family of construction and plumbing, and who I was. And he knew my name because I ran for governor of the state of New Mexico. He knew Ron Ketty, and he asked me a real simple question: what is your politics? So I sat down and told him, I said, your safety and your individual principles and your freedom and your belief system and your rights is my concern, and my politics is protecting that and preserving your freedom, of which you, a combat veteran, had gone, and your belief system is what you were doing. No matter what the agenda of the government was, the fact that the Navajo people serve, we are one of the most enlisted military entity of all minorities combined, that we believe that if you lose America, we lose everything, and it's very important. So we know this, and we're told that. And so as husband is working and the girls are, trying to make sure they do a really detailed job to make sure that we did a very good job so that our heartstrings could be settled.
Yeah.
They took their time, and so we went from 3 days to 5 days. And me speaking with Tommy and spending that time with him. We even went to town with him. He wanted to come with us to Home Depot to see what we could do because the shower walls that we wanted to purchase the week before, they were $300 less, and that's what we had projected. And then we went back, and the price tag jumped from $700 to over $1,000. And all the price tags in Home Depot last week jumped to 10%.
Yep.
So the faucets,
Everything
the lumber, the paint brushes, the caulking, everything took a 10% jump. And I don't know if America knows that, but we were asking the Home Depot associates, why is this happening, to get their take on it. And what did the guy say to you?
Oh, it's the war between Russia and Ukraine. I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, they're taking our money and sending it there, yes, but we're not really fighting a war. We're they're mishandling and misusing the taxpayer dollar, and they're going to pull money from Americans because that's where we are money makers. We have to be able to put that together. So here he's trying out his new toilet. We thought it was really cool to actually see the water fill up, and he was really happy. Yeah. When you start hearing the water run, we always cheer when the faucets go on because it's a lot of fun. But he was really excited about that. And
touch-up work.
Yep, we're finishing up. The finishing touches, I was making sure that all the little blemishes on the paint was done correctly.
All my mistakes are fixed.
So we went through and we repainted all the little pencil marks that were left, and nicks and anything else that was the variations in the paint color. And then we did what we could to patch up the paint, but he says don't worry too much about it. The roof is dry now, but he's just happy to have a clean, sealed up restroom. And once we sealed every opening in that restroom, every outlet we insulated, the warmth of that bathroom was so warm that we had to turn off the heater because it got hot in there. But when we were first working on it, it was a very cold, and it was like an ice box.
Right.
Working in a
wet drafts in there.
Yeah, wet ice box. But as we transitioned it, it was a very warm bathroom. So that's the beginning, and this is what we started with. So this is the before picture of what we had begun with, and it was musty and smelled of mildew, and it was wet. And this is the new product. This is the flooring that was put in. On the right side, you can see the transition happening because there's a clean out on that side that if anything should happen to a backup, they can snake it out from that side. And so we had to make that transition as nice as possible, but they can remove it and then get that snake in there and also get to the pipe pretty easily.
Man, we did a good job.
Yeah, that shower pan is beautiful, and the caulking really ties everything together. It was really nice. And when you finally turn on that faucet and you hear that water run, and then that's another thing is the wife wanted the bathtub spout.
The spout, yeah.
And we know a lot of the plumber people out there or people construction, they're gonna say, "What are they doing? They put a bathtub in a shower." Bathtub faucet.
Spout, yeah.
But it was required of her because she puts her mop buckets underneath it, and so she puts the water in it when she's going to clean her house. And so that was her request. And this is the grab bar we put in. We tied it into the frame and the 2x4 behind the wall.
Yeah, we made sure that it doesn't conflict with the glass shower wall or something that they're going to get later on.
Yeah, so they're going to put in a glass door if he can save enough money, he said. But they're also on a fixed income.
And Paisley.
Yep, this is our crew. This is our camera girl, and this is that was Paisley. This is Laura and Abby. And these are our construction girls that did a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting, and Elizabeth. And they fed us. They cooked a meal, and we were able to break bread with them and pray. So it was good to really spend some time with them. And then so we'll listen to you now.
I feel sad, and then I'm excited for them at the same time. But most of all, I think I'm just completing it and then leaving the house, and just that I don't know, I'm feeling kind of sad to finish it, but then I'm glad I'm done. We're done. So they're The restroom is good, real pretty now, but the shower walls we couldn't get, but we made it work.
What are you doing out back?
I'm just running the drain for the water heater blow off. So there's a bunch of water sitting in the back, and it's ice. So I'm routing it along the wall past the house so it can drain out. Won't be a lake back there. What it's doing was the water was seeping out of the water heater, and it's going, making a puddle, and then it's going into the house. So I'm catching that water and moving it away from the house. So just little stuff that I catch here and there. So I'm trying to fix everything up for them.
Okay.
To make it better for them, so you don't have to go out there and fall. He said he fell back there, so it's trying to make it better, easier for him.
Remember, there are people out there on our reservation, your grandparents, your own parents, your aunties and uncles that are barely making it, and they're doing what they can. If you don't have a lot of money, even to go home, even to go and clean their homes, to go in there and move things around and to clean up the dust, the spider webs, you know, because we're living way out here in the rural areas of the Navajo Nation, and there's a lot of critters that run around out here. And so you have to make sure that their homes are clean and safe and sanitary. And if that's the best you can do, then do that. But even just sitting there and having a cup of coffee and listening to them, even if you've heard their stories 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, sit through them. Embrace those stories, because you don't know when the last time you're going to see them. Because when we pull out of here, I hope I get to see Tommy again soon. But as busy as we are, we're hoping that we get a new project going where we can actually tackle his electric problems, because what we saw in there was very unsafe, and it could be a fire hazard. So something to think about, Navajo Nation. We're hoping this video gets out to all the council delegates that were newly elected, including our new Navajo Nation President, Boo Nygren, and his administration. There's a crisis out there. Yes, there's a housing crisis, but when you're planning for 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road and you're trying to build new homes, when you could actually put some money into the Navajo people. They love their homes. They hand built these homes, and they put all their love and effort into them over years, and they don't want to leave. They want to stay here, and they want to hand down this home to their children. It's very important to them. So we need to look at costs that we can go in at a very minimal cost, and when you compare it to an actual brand new home being built, that we could actually go in and save a lot of these homes and bring them back and rehabilitate these homes so that they're also safe for our elders. With that, we'd like to give a special thank you to all those that supported this project. Carmen Payne, Mary Lou Lozano.
There's shout out to Efren Golado,
Jenny Nichols, Tawana Fouts,
Cynthia Canner,
Karen Connett, Nora Seppi,
Ron,
and Patsy Humphrey, our good friends from Lovington, New Mexico.
My brother Alonzo Bedoni.
He's from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sergio Chavarro.
And Shannon Secretero.
Lucy.
And Captain Vicente Garcia, who's also a veteran. We want to thank you all so much for your support and your kind words for this project.
I also like to say thank you to everyone that contribute and helping us help Mr. Moore here. Again, thank you.
We will talk to you again soon. We'll see you on the next project. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bidoni da yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Oh wow,
This
that's
is
a
for-
push handle.
The P, the 2.
Oh, I gotta see that again. That was neat. Open this.
This is for number 1.
That's for P only.
He got a choice.
The 2 dots, they ask for the heavy stuff.